Alright, so this is SCP-1625 Tradition Keter. It's a genetic info hazard SCP. So just the information that this SCP, like having the information in your head is dangerous. So make sure to go like and subscribe to this guy. He's amazing. I love watching his videos.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-1625. Object Class: Keter. Previously Euclid.
Interesting.
Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1625 itself cannot be contained due to its incorporeal nature. All members of the Amaski tribe, as well as their descendants, are contained at the former quarantine area of Site-37. As of this date, 20/01/17, there are 53 individuals of the tribe living at the containment site who are to be provided standard living arrangements for on-site personnel, including food, water, and shelter. The current containment area consists of 53 cells for
So it makes you think, what kind of information does this tribe have that make them dangerous? Just one tribe of people.
or members of the tribe, which are their personal living areas. Amaski members are allowed contact with each other under supervision in the Site-37 cafeteria. However, multiple guards must be present at all times to prevent spread of SCP-1625. Guards are stationed around the living site and are to refrain from using lethal force unless authorized. See Security Document 371-A. Appropriate security measures during minor containment breaches of non-anomalous individuals.
Interesting. So they need to be guarded at all times because it's just that important, I guess.
Under no circumstances outside of official testing are any Amaski descendants permitted to pass on oral or written tradition. Site security performs containment area search and sweeps for any possible recordings or documents of SCP-1625 once a week.
So they're not allowed to pass traditions because apparently their traditions are info hazardous. Man, that sounds terrible. Honestly, for the tribe, honestly. And the fact that they gained the attention of the SCP Foundation is just... yeah.
Amaski members who are discovered attempting to record SCP-1625 are to be immediately reassigned to D-Class status following approval of Site Director Easton.
They ain't playing, just immediately
Foundation
to
operatives are currently searching for additional ethnic members of the clan, though a majority have been found and taken into Foundation custody. Out of an estimated approximately 85%, all agents who believe they have encountered an Amaski descendant are to acquire a DNA sample and send the sample to Biosite-4 for testing. If the individual is confirmed as being of at least 10% Amaski descent, Foundation agents are to secure and escort the subject to Site-37.
Damn.
SCP-1625-1 is secured at Observation Site 1625, located near Kenya. This site is currently presented to the public.
So if you don't know where Kenya is, it's somewhere, I believe it's south of Somalia and north of... my memory is lost to me. Give me a sec. Globe, show me where it goes. There it is, Kenya. Tanzania. Yeah. North of Tanzania and east of Uganda. So, there you go.
From using lethal force unless authorized. See Security Document 371-A. Appropriate security measures during minor containment breaches of non-anomalous individuals. Under no circumstances outside of official testing are any Amaski descendants permitted to pass on oral or written tradition. Site security performs containment area...
SCPs and donuts! Hello, Billy! Hello? Oh, shit.
Amaski descent Foundation agents are to secure and escort the subject to Site-37.
Okay, we're somewhere around here.
SCP-1625-1 is secured at Observation Site 1625,
Laughing at the
located
Kenya
near Kenya. This site is currently presented to the public as an archaeological dig in the nearby area. Any testing performed involving SCP-1625 is to be relayed to Site-1625 immediately, so researchers may locate SCP-1625-1. If an SCP-1625-1 instance...
I'm guessing SCP 1625-1 is just a person that is infected with the info hazard or something. So I'm guessing, well, we're about to get the description, so I should probably just stop talking, just let our guy Volgun just
develops
tell us.
On site, all personnel are instructed to remove samples with caution and send them to Biosite 4. Description: SCP-1625 is an oral tradition within the Amaski tribe of Kenya. Said tradition consists of a mythic story explaining the history of the tribe's ethnarch, known as, translating roughly to originator, and the creation of the Amaski people. The anomalous features of SCP-1625 are only apparent when an individual attempts to recount it.
Okay. So just trying to recount the past or throw oral tradition of some sort seems to lead to some strange effect. So maybe... I don't know.
All individuals who attempt to pass on SCP-1625 will provide a different ending for the story. For documentation, refer to Testing Log 1625-1. There have been no documented repeat endings, i.e. those which appear more than once from different individuals. SCP-1625 follows a consistent structure for all retellings, beginning with being held in slavery in the North, followed by his escape, his founding of the Amaski tribe, and the liberation of the Amaski people from slavery. The standard story ends after this point, with each speaker providing their own ending.
Interesting. So it's kind of similar to Moses in a way. Like, I'm guessing he might be referring to either Ethiopia or Egypt, because that's north of Kenya. So that's interesting. Seems to have like a Moses kind of mentality, except whatever happens after the point where he frees his people from slavery, it gets altered some way by this anomaly. So let's see how it does it.
The secondary trait of SCP-1625 is its genetic transfer. SCP-1625 is inherently known by any individual who is at least 10% descended from an Amaski member, even if they have received no previous knowledge of SCP-1625. Attempts at using amnestics have met with failure, as afflicted subjects will remember the legend after several days. For this reason, all genetic Amaski members are to be secured at Site-37. SCP-1625-1 is a corpse.
Well, that is definitely different from what I predicted. It's just a... SCP-1625-1 is just a corpse. Gotta love it.
Identified as that of an African male, and understood to be that of patriarch of the Amaski tribe. A new instance of SCP-1625-1 will be created or appear after any attempt to pass on the legend. The body will continually appear at Site-1625, though the specific location varies. The condition of the body, as well as any objects surrounding it or inscriptions in the area, varies, and will change each time SCP-1625 is passed on. The location will often change with SCP-1625-1, with the body being located in several cases in either a large mausoleum, a common grave, or buried several feet underground in a nondescript location. While anomalous, SCP-1625-1 is to be considered a standard corpse and handled as such. The previous sentence was stricken from the document. Following the events of Incident 1625-1, personnel are to treat SCP-1625-1 instances with extreme caution until the specimen can be safely secured. It is unknown as of writing how SCP-1625-1 is continually transferred to Site-1625, though research at Site-37 is ongoing.
Okay, so this corpse was originally kind of safe, and now it is dangerous in some sort of way. So, that's not... And it seems like history is literally changing, or similar to, what is it, the Sarkics. If you don't know SCP lore, you probably don't know who the Sarkics are, which I don't blame you. I'm kind of... I've been... Yeah, kind of a guy who likes to read these stories. But the Sarkics have an anomaly that's similar that changes, like, the past or something. I don't know if it's replicating the corpses of 1625-1, or is it just altering history? I'm not sure. So that's interesting.
Testing log 1625 1. Subject: ethnic Amaski member Adra Abbasi. Summary: Subject was asked to inform junior researcher Marson about his ancestral story. After relating the standard story, the speaker's legend continued with taking many wives and living into old age, until one of his unfaithful wives, identified as, poisoned him using guaya, Lathyrus sativus, the Indian pea. SCP-1625-1 results. SCP-1625-1 was discovered in an ornate above-ground tomb featuring carvings along the walls, picturing burial and execution. SCP-1625-1 was found with no external injuries, though later testing revealed large amounts of guaya in SCP-1625-1's stomach, as well as evidence that neurolathyrism was the cause of death. A full list of autopsies performed on SCP-1625-1 is located in Document 1625, 78C. Subject: Junior Researcher Marson.
Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing I know a little SCP, but I dropped out a while ago. That's fair. So I'm guessing this is like similar to the Dimension Opera, where we're just looking at different ways people describe the legend of this so-called leader of this tribe in Kenya. So let's see what Junior Researcher Marson has for us.
Summary: Following the above text, Junior Researcher Marson was asked to write down a summary of the legend. Marson proceeded to repeat the same story related to him by Adra Abbasi. However, once he reached the point following the liberation, his written account diverged. He became a tyrant of the people, according to the written account, and Junior Researcher Marson upon questioning, and committed atrocities against his people. The legend goes into graphic detail, denouncing and his actions, as well as describing his arrest, trial, and death. Junior Researcher Marson claimed that the account was the same as the one he learned of 3 hours prior.
So it's like, so this info hazard seems to alter people's memories, and as well as seems to alter reality itself. Interesting. And when other people try to recall the story that they learned from a tribe member, it still alters in some way. So that's interesting.
SCP-1625-1 results. SCP-1625-1 was found in a common grave, and the body showed signs of extreme mutilation. Among the injuries sustained were several broken bones, a crudely amputated leg, third-degree burns, and no markings were present nearby, nor were there any artifacts. Incident 1625-1. On 1993-11-5, during routine tests involving SCP-1625, an ethnic Amaski member, Joseph West, created what is now Document 1625-A3, a transcript of SCP-1625. The ending in said document stated that there was a plague which afflicted the Amaski tribe that eventually killed over people before being stopped via quarantine. Following standard procedure, the research team at Site-1625 searched for and located SCP-1625-1 in a previously undiscovered tomb. The tomb was sealed off and placed underground, and was seemingly carved out of the surrounding rock. Inscriptions along the walls described a disease with symptoms similar to those of the bubonic plague, though several qualities were similar to. The inscriptions also gave multiple warnings addressing the body of SCP-1625-1 itself was found several dozen feet underground with other corpses and returned to the surface for testing. 7 other corpses were also moved above ground.
Okay, so this is very different from the last one because of the fact that there's now multiple corpses with the same body. So that is worrisome.
For additional testing. After 4 days, the head researcher of Site-1625, Dr. Betros, requested additional medical supplies due to staff illness.
Oh no.
Supplies were sent from nearby Site-91, escorted by MTF Beta-9, also known as Dead Reckoning, equipped and trained to handle dead or undead entities.
Oh boy.
Upon arrival, Beta-9 discovered the members of the research staff were infected with the disease detailed in Document 1625A3 and Site-1625.
So that's how it's dangerous. It literally can make an entirely new diseases. Like this info hazard can make an entirely new disease just based off a story, which is kind of terrifying to think about. Like, oh boy.
25 was deemed a quarantine area. Members of MTF Beta-9 carried out Procedure 37 Romeo, and new staff members were brought in to replace the previous researchers. On 1993-11-15, the current procedures were approved for Site-1625 and for the Amaski tribe. The tribe, along with 12 descendants, was moved to Site-37 on 1994-4-17. Incident 1625-2. On 2006-9-28, researcher Garrett compared genetic testing from an instance of SCP-1625-1 to a sample acquired in 1953. Garrett found the samples to be from 2 different individuals, and further testing has shown that each instance of SCP-1625-1 possesses a separate genetic code.
Oh shit. So they might have very different descendants with different genetic codes. Oh, that still have the same effect. That's worrying.
In cases, samples from SCP-1625-1 have been matched with missing persons from various parts of the world. It is unknown how these individuals were transported to Site-1625, how they developed the appearance of SCP-1625-1, a majority of the missing persons were not of African descent, or how they sustained the injuries documented in SCP-1625-1.
So they're not even
Further
the same
funding
corpse,
and
like
analysis has been approved by O5 as of 2007-7-9.
So they're literally just people plucked out randomly across the world to be this corpse for this story.
Addendum 1625-1. On 2009-8-15, SCP-1625 was officially reclassified as Keter due to its rate of spread, danger to other individuals, and inability to be contained. For further information, refer to Dr. Anderson at Site-37 and Document 1625 K4 Reclassification Measures.
Damn. Who knew one little story could be so dangerous? Oop. Well, it's the end of the video anyways.